الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ثم أما بعد. Tonight inshallah ta'ala we begin with volume 2 from Riyadh al-Salihin. The first chapter قال Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala كتاب السلام. كتاب السلام, the book of salam, the book of greetings. What is the etiquette of greeting? How do you do your salam and what for do you do your salam? قال الله تعالى قال باب فضل السلام والأمر بإفشائه. Chapter the excellence of giving the greetings, and والأمر بإفشائه, and the command that came from Allah and the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم to spread the salam, to spread that peace and the greetings. قال الله تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تدخلوا بيوتا غير بيوتكم حتى تستأنسوا وتسلموا على أهلها. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O you who believe, enter not houses other than your own until you have asked permission and greeted those in them. So before you get into the houses of other people, you need to take permission and then give salam. You need to give them the salam. قال تعالى فإذا دخلتم بيوتا فسلموا على أنفسكم تحية من عند الله مباركة طيبة. SubhanAllah. Look at the description of this ayah, of the salam. He says subhanahu wa ta'ala, but when you enter the houses, greet one another with a greeting from Allah, by saying assalamu alaikum, of course, blessed and good. Allah said, tahiyyatan min indillah. This greeting that you give, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you don't say, sabah al-khair, good morning, good evening. This can come later. But the first thing, you bring it from Allah. Tahiyyatan min indillah, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By saying assalamu alaikum, making dua, that peace from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon you. Tahiyyatan min indillah. So this is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah command us to use the word as-salam in other ayat. قال تعالى من عند الله مباركة, blessed, طيبة, good. So that's when you say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The whole thing mubarakah and طيبة. قال تعالى وإذا حييتم بتحية فحيوا بأحسن منها أو ردوها. So the ayat earlier mentioned as a command for us to greet one another. This ayah now here, فإذا حييتم بتحية وإذا حييتم بتحية فحيوا بأحسن منها أو ردوها. When you are greeted with a greeting, greet and return with that. It's better than it, or at least return it equally. So if someone says to you assalamu alaikum, what is the minimum of response to this? Wa alaikum assalam. That's the minimum. Can you respond wa alaikum? If someone says assalamu alaikum, do you say wa alaikum? No. That's against the ayah. The ayah says whether equal, better, or at least equal. But can you add, if he says assalamu alaikum, can you say wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh? Can you say that? Yes. Absolutely. That's now even better than this. If someone says sabah al-khair, good morning, what do you say? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Or wa alaikum, good morning wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If someone says good morning, Allah says in the ayah, awrudduha, equal. Whether you say that which is better by saying, Ya Shaykh, say assalamu alaikum first, if he's a Muslim, of course. So you tell them assalamu alaikum first, and then you say good morning to you too. But if they didn't say assalamu alaikum and you want to greet back, you respond to the greeting, you just return exactly what they say. So if they say good morning, say good morning to you too. How about if they say good evening? What do you say? Good morning? Allah, depends on when you woke up, right? Eventually, you respond in that which is better, or at least you return that equally. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قال تعالى سبحانه وتعالى هل أتاك حديث ضيف إبراهيم المكرمين إذ دخلوا عليه فقالوا سلاما قال سلام. Now look at, even in the Anbiya, the stories of the Anbiya, Allah narrating a story to us. And even in that story, the beginning, when they greeted each other, قال الله عز وجل, has the story reached you of the honored guests of Ibrahim alayhi salam, the three angels, when they came in the form of human beings. So when they gave into him and said salam, they gave him salam, which means salam alaikum. What was the response of Ibrahim? Qala salam. He also responded by saying salam to you too. So if someone says salam to you, you have to respond by saying wa alaikum assalam. عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رجلا سأل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أي الإسلام خير؟ قال تطعم الطعام. وتقرأ السلام على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف متفق عليه. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says in this hadith, he was asked, salawatullah wa salam alayhi, which act in Islam is the best? What of the good deeds that are the best in Islam? And subhanAllah, we always, when we think of a question like this, what is the first that comes to your mind? Al-jihad fi sabilillah, al-hajj, qiyamul layl, tahajjud, all these great good deeds. But little that we think about something so close to, close home, it's just simple. Such as this one. Here the Prophet ﷺ, when he was asked this question, أي الإسلام أفضل? What is the best of the practice of the deen are the best? He said, تطعم الطعام. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم, to give food. وقال وتقرأ السلام على من عرفت ولم تعرف, and to greet everyone, whether you know them or not. You know what creates cliques among people is what? Is that we only give salam and greeting to those whom we know. When you see them, you say salam alaikum to them. And you just smile, they give you that big smile. And when you have someone who's completely a stranger to you, just pass by like no one really came by. So it is very important incumbent upon the Muslim Ummah to spread the salam. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, تطعم الطعام. Why in this hadith that he said to give food? Well, the ulama, when they interpret this hadith, they say, most likely, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he usually gives these answers, he gives the answer based on the current status, and perhaps in consideration, he takes in consideration the status of the questioner. So he sees a situation, maybe at that time was famine, was a great need for food. So when he was asked, Ya Rasulullah, what is the best deed to do? He says, تطعم الطعام, feed people. Because in other ahadith, the Prophet ﷺ, when he was asked, he said, as-salah ala waqtiha, salah on time. So it's kind of different. So it depends on the circumstances. So yeah, perhaps in our time right now, which charity is the best charity? Now you say charity basically is given to those who are in dire necessity, such as situation in Syria, situation in Burma and other places. This is perhaps will be the biggest charity. Or if you have some other threat, let's say that requires people to help people out, to alleviate their suffering and so on, that becomes now the necessity over here. In some other times, maybe for something else. Something that is perhaps not as urgent as saving the lives of those people. So the first thing is تطعم الطعام, and then he said you give the salam على من عرفت ومن لم تعرف, you give the salam to those whom you know and those you do not know. So when you pass by people, you can say salam alaikum to them. Does that include also non-Muslims, Jama'ah? Yes. Of course. If you walk by, let's say, some store and someone look to you and you look to them, what do? You keep staring at each other? Eventually you say just something like, what's up, for example. Today's modern greeting. Of course, you have to say like, good morning, how are you doing? How are you like here in Texas? Anything basically that's considered common greeting, that people, they're okay with that. However, you don't greet them with that which is vulgar or that is really bad. Because in some cultures, when they greet each other, they just start swearing and cussing. Hey, you this and that, and just subhanAllah, they consider this nice greeting. Allah musta'an. That's now a twisted fitrah. You're not going to follow them in that kind of attitude or this kind of manners. Wallahu ta'ala. Any question, Jama'ah? Fadal. I guess we answered that, right? He said, wa alaykum as-salam. If someone says, salam alaykum, tell them wa alaykum as-salam. Should be fine, inshallah. No.
In terms of correspondence with emails or writing letters, are you obligated to give the shortened essay or salam alaykum?
Let's say you're chatting or sending an email. Do you have to write wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh? Can I just do the abbreviation? Basically, WS, wa alaykum as-salam. WS is fine as long as you pronounce it. As you pronounce the tahiyyah. Imam al-Bukhari, rahimahullah ta'ala, his original manuscript of this book, Sahih al-Bukhari, there is no salawat ala nabi whatsoever in the book. Every time he recited, although it's a book of hadith, but there is no sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the book at all. So the ulama, some of them were wondering why. Why did he do that, radiyallahu anhu, rahimahullah? So they gave him the excuse that he used to pronounce the salah, but he did not write the salawat to save space and space material. Because imagine 7,000 hadith. Yeah. If for every time the name of Rasulullah was mentioned, he's going to put sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the book is going to come in huge volumes. It was already actually huge. So therefore, to shorten and make it easier. So for us, when you chat, if you're just going to respond by the WS, you just say wa alaykum as-salam as you type that up. Wallahu a'lam.
What's amazing is that this is something that we as Muslims have to follow.
No.
That, when our family comes from overseas, that's the first thing they realize in this country is that everybody looks at everybody and smiles and greet each other. And back home we don't practice that, unfortunately.
الله المستعان. الله المستعان. Islam بدأ الإسلام غريبا وسيعود غريبا كما بدأ. Islam started stranger and will return stranger again. The way we see it in the Muslim Ummah, not just in America, even in the Muslim Ummah. Those who practice are considered really strangers. So just like you said, salam even in the Muslim countries it's become novelty these days. Allah musta'an.
I asked the Sheikh once, if someone says to you, like, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, the whole thing, and you want to make that better to the next guy. So he said, say wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and then he added wa maghfiratu. Like, is there any
need to add maghfiratu if someone gave it the entire salam? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. So he left you no room, he left you no room for improvement. Can you add the word maghfiratu? Yeah, there are some narrations, even though that dispute about terms of authenticity, but it's okay to add the word maghfiratu. Can I add something else after that? Well, I'd rather stop there. Yeah. Wallah. Last question, yes. Oh, we have another one. Yes, sir.
Sometimes you hear the other person, you say salam alaikum, and then they come back and say salam alaikum too. Is that?
So someone says salam alaikum and they respond by saying salam alaikum.
Yeah.
They don't say wa alaikum salam.
It happens a lot.
Is that okay? The answer is yeah. Both of them are dua. It's the same thing. Wallah. Last question.
Does that also apply to the Christian people? Like if there's a group of Christians and you pass by, you say salam alaikum, or do you have to have a Muslim?
If you're going to pass by non-Muslims who don't understand Assalamu alaikum, just tell them good morning, good evening, how are you doing? Something like that. والله.
إذا هم بيفهموا يعني إذا عرب مثلا بس مش مسلم. قلنا له السلام عليكم عادي.
عادي جدا الآن. يعني الأصل إنه في دول المسلمين when the rule of not starting them with the salam, that was basically at a particular historical time of the Muslim Ummah, and also it was conditional for that time. Now we live as Muslims in an exceptional situation. We live among the non-Muslims. So therefore, it's part of the Muslim duties basically to integrate and make their Islam or their deen as a mainstream. How can you do that without being friendly and open to the public? You have to do that. It's not like you have to do it. It's basically the natural thing that you do that. Wallah.
What was the question?
It's basically the same thing. If it was a group of non-Muslims in the Arab country, for example, who understand the word Assalamu alaikum, do you begin with that? So we'll begin with that. I had neighbors actually where we used to live. Our neighbor, he was not Muslim, but he was Arab Christian. But when he used to speak as part of his language, he always starts with salam. Salam alaikum. We always start with salam alaikum to us. That's one. Second, in the course of the conversation himself, part of the language, he adapted the Arab, conversational statements. So in the course of the conversation, he would say, Ya Rajul Wahid Allah. Even though he believes in Trinity, but he says, Ya Akhi, say La ilaha illallah. And subhanAllah, even the Muslimin, when they talk to him, they say, Ya Abu Fulan, his name was Abu Isa actually. He said, Ya Abu Isa, say La ilaha illallah. So he says, La ilaha illallah. But did he believe in that in his heart? That man in particular, I haven't seen him really showing any sign. But there was another neighbor that used to take us to school with his son. Every day in the morning, wallah, he drives us to the school. Every day in the morning, he listens to Abdul Basit. Every day in the morning. So one day I asked my friend, we were in high school, I said, what's wrong with your dad? He's become a Muslim? He goes, no, he just likes Abdul Basit. I said, alhamdulillah, this is a good sign, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك